What if I told you that 2,000 years ago, long before electricity, factories, or modern science, someone built a machine so precise that even today's NASA considers it perfectly accurate? You might think it's impossible. But this isn't a myth. This is a forgotten truth that history almost left behind. The year was 1900. Off the coast of a small Greek island called Antikythera, sponge divers discovered a 2,000-year-old sunken shipwreck. They pulled up gold, statues, and pottery, sending it all to a museum. But among the treasures was something no one noticed: a black, rust-covered lump of bronze. It sat ignored in a dark corner of the museum for 50 years. That was until 1951, when British scientist Derek de Saal Price arrived in Athens. He examined this unassuming lump of rock, and what he found took his breath away. Inside were gears. Thin, interlocking, bronze gears. After 2 decades of painstaking research, he announced his conclusion to the world: this was the world's first analog computer. And it was 2 millennia old. Known today as the Antikythera Mechanism, it was originally housed in a wooden box the size of a shoebox. Inside were 37 bronze gears, seamlessly locked into one another. Some of these gears were less than half a millimeter thick. Even today, a trained watchmaker with modern tools would struggle to replicate it. Yet, 2,000 years ago, someone built this entirely by hand, fitting the pieces with absolute perfection. What could this machine actually do? It could calculate the exact position of the sun on any given date. It predicted the phases of the moon years in advance. It tracked the movements of 5 planets, from Mercury to Saturn. It could even predict solar and lunar eclipses with startling accuracy, a precision that holds up to NASA's modern calculations. It even tracked the schedule of the ancient Olympic Games. But perhaps the most mind-bending detail is this: the moon travels in an elliptical path, moving closer and further from the Earth. Humanity didn't officially discover this concept until the time of Galileo, roughly 400 years ago. Yet, the elliptical motion of the moon was already physically coded into the gears of this machine. Someone knew 2,000 years ago what the rest of the world wouldn't figure out for another 16 centuries. So, who built it? That remains the greatest mystery. There is no name on the machine, no signature left behind. Historians have 3 main theories. First, it was built by a student of Archimedes. The legendary mathematician was killed by a Roman soldier in 212 BC, and his followers may have built this in his memory. Second, it was the work of the astronomer Hipparchus. The inscriptions on the machine are in the Greek dialect of Rhodes, where Hipparchus lived and worked. The third, and most controversial theory, suggests this knowledge didn't belong to the Greeks at all. Some researchers propose it was inherited from a lost civilization that existed thousands of years prior. The real tragedy of the Antikythera Mechanism is what it represents. Built around 150 BC, it sank to the bottom of the sea just 50 years later. Soon after, the Library of Alexandria, the ancient world's greatest repository of human knowledge, was burned to the ground. The world plunged into the Dark Ages. It would take humanity another 1,400 years to build a mechanical device this advanced. That is 1,400 years of lost progress. If this level of technological innovation had survived and compounded, where would humanity be today? A cure for modern diseases might have been found centuries ago. When knowledge is lost, all of humanity falls behind. Today, the original mechanism rests in a museum in Athens. In 2021, researchers at University College London built a complete, working 3D model of it. Even 2 millennia later, not a single calculation by that unknown engineer was wrong. That nameless inventor still lives on today in every gear and every tooth of that machine. It is more than just an artifact, it is a testament to the fact that when human beings are determined and never stop thinking, their brilliance can echo across thousands of years. If this piece of hidden history made you stop and think, hit the like button and subscribe for more untold stories from our past. Let me know in the comments. Who do you think really built this machine? I'll see you in the next video. And one more thing. Researchers found more than just the mechanism in that shipwreck, things that have been hidden from the world until now. But we'll cover that next time.